Hello Libra, I'm Melanie Florence. Welcome to Hot Tea for the Soul. This is the August edition. We're gonna put together the vibes for Libra for this August. Well, what's going on? So I've been reading the Greenwood Tarot now for about 25 years, been mixing it up. So this year I would have got and received abundantly some decks from the universe. And so we're gonna mix it up. I'm gonna give us a few different energies from a few different decks to see what we've got in the build up for Libra. And then we're gonna give it, so we're gonna look at our spiritual being, our intellectual being, our emotional being, and our physical being this month. What's going on for Libra? So let's start over here. Libra, what have we got? Let's give us a little bit of shuffle. What energies are in the air for you this week, this month, Libra, for August? Oh, elves. Elves, elves, elves. There's elves in the house. Playfulness. Time to get a little bit playful. If you have been neglecting your inner child, if you've had some tough times that you're going through, sometimes you need to invoke a little bit of playfulness in your life. So maybe look for the pixies, look for the elves, chase your happy. What that's really about. You know, it's a happy thought that gets Peter and Tink to fly. And it'll get you to fly too. We're looking at freedom, freedom for the cage, letting yourself out. Have you bound yourself up? Have you bound yourself up in all of this adulting, Libra? Well, time to let it go. Let it go a little bit. Let yourself free yourself up. Give yourself a little bit of freedom to move, Libra. All right, what else have we got in the house for Libra this month? All right, what have we got? So, one more card before we launch into our, our four being spread. All right, let's see what we've got for Libra. The Seven Star Sisters, birthing creation, the tapestry of life and expression. Or, right, it's time to express yourself. Everything inside of this, Libra, it's saying let yourself free. Free yourself from all these binds. Express yourself. Liberate yourself. You know, get really playful with yourself. All right, you're birthing a new consciousness. You're birthing a new community. All right, getting together with your seven sisters. Maybe you feel like the muses are there for you. So we might use the Muse Tarot to balance this out. We're going to start with the Greenwood though. Right, so this is how it's going to roll. We're going to do 3 cards for each part of our being, right? So we're going to start with our spirit being, our spiritual being our respect, our passion, our faith, our desires, you know, our inspiration, our intuition. So inside, you're respecting your path. You're respecting the battle of what it was to get here. You know, so you draw a line. And so this is where your spiritual being is. You're like, I respect who I am. I respect my battle. I respect my journey. Oop, and we're going to take that one because we're having a rebirth. Libra, we take the bones of our old life, what we've broken away from, what we're leaving behind, and we take those bones and we mix them in a new pot and we make something new. And that's your new stew. That's the new stew of you. You got a rebirth. So you got an emotional rebirth, but you're respecting that. You're respecting that change. All right, so this is a spiritual change that you've gone through. And you're following an ancestral path, right? So you're following this divine light. You're following something inside of you. You don't walk alone. You walk with your ancestors in your blood. This might be a remembrance of family members, perhaps. Maybe you've gone through a rebirth and respecting that, and you respect where your family comes from, what they've done, you know, who you are, and the guidance that you have. But this is more going forward on your path and really soul searching for following your star, for your dreams and your ambitions. So that's what we've got in your spiritual being, for your spiritual and your passion. What have we got going on for your mental being, for your intellectual being? Ooh, Libra and the mind. Ooh, this is euphoric. This is a very emotional king. This is a euphoric place. He's able to express himself. It can be a father figure. It might be, so we're thinking about those sort of things. But on your mind. So we're told on your mind is all of those lovely, lovely things. Ecstasy, like those euphoric moments. Maybe you're reminiscing about the past. Maybe you have a partner like this in your life that you talk to. Maybe that's a new way of communicating. Maybe you're communicating from a stable part of yourself. All right, because you've got breakaway energy. All right, so your mind is broken away. It's broken away from an old place. Maybe it's broken away from old hurts. This is a spot that you can be playful from, believe it or not, because this is going to break you down to foundations. This is going to give you, break away all the bullshit that you don't need in your life, Libra. All right, and this is a mental breakaway, like, so, you know, or maybe you're breaking away from this sort of person. you know, and that mentally, that's not what you want inside of this. Maybe this is overtly, can be overtly emotional, this dude. One more. What have we got? Ooh, passion. So you're breaking away for passion. This is a masculine, passionate, lusty energy at its best. It's the balance of our healing. This is our balance of our spirit, right? So this is a spiritual, like, healing inside of this card, but it's potent male sexual energy inside of here. So we've got both the King and the King of Cups and the King of Wands in here, and this breakaway energy. Maybe you're breaking away from being the more emotional and actually really heading to be more passionate and more driven, and that's your mental processes that you're going through at the moment, Libra. All right, that's your mind. Very strong play. What is your emotional being telling us? What have we got? One there. Two more for Libra for the emotional being for August. Two more for Libra for the emotional being for August. What have we got? Oh, pushing it. We really are pushing star energy. You really are focusing on chasing the divine and spark inside of you. All right, you're focusing on your skills. So emotionally, you are perhaps, maybe you're actually not concentrating your emotion at all. Maybe you're burning the midnight. Maybe your love energy is that you're actually putting in service. Maybe your love energy is that you're trying to attain something in the physical level. You're trying to bring your heaven to earth in this 8. All right, so it's working hard maybe for your love life. Maybe it's working hard for your partnerships. It's being creative. All right, so again, remember to be playful inside of this. These energies that we're hitting the table with are not necessarily playful. They're all very strong, but this is creating your abundance. And so, you know, that's being creative in your world. Maybe it's doing the gardening. Maybe it's creating a piece for your space. But you're still aiming high, Libra. So this is in your emotional life. You really are targeting that same thing that your spirit is, following your passion, following your ancestors, indulging in this rebirth of yourself. You know, you are making your heaven on earth. You're creating that yourself, and you're really doing it like with following your goals, following your guiding star, and you're exploiting yourself. You're really putting yourself out there. This is very earthy energy in your love life here, Libra. All right, so we've got earthy energy because it's driven at stars. This is partnership, couple stuff. If you're really trying to make something as a couple, if you're really trying to build something of yourself emotionally, that you're emotionally connected, that we want to be proud of, this is the sort of energies that we've got going on. Wish fulfillment energies in there for you, Libra. All right, so 3 cards for our physical realm. This is good. Physical realms of the card can be very Gemini influenced, but we're talking about it. We're loud, we're proud, we're stable. We've got 3 kings on the table. All right, so we're looking at you from a whole heap of strengths in here, is what we're going to say. You know, and perhaps you have broken away from being emotional and you're actually looking at this from being a lot more passionate. But this guy is driven. He's happy. He's about enjoying the moment, enjoying his life, knowing that he's built his self to be where he is, that he's got, endeavor, and he's got going. Right, so you're looking for a little bit of instruction. Perhaps you are the master. We were discussing this before. Perhaps you are the apprentice. Maybe you're looking to teach. Maybe you're looking to take on a new course. But perhaps you're waiting just for a moment of instruction, or you're ready to give instruction because you are in a place to give instruction here, Libra. But you're a little bit insecure with all of this inspiration in following your passion. You do have this new drive, this new passion. It's really inspiring you, Libra. All right, there's this kapow energy in here, but it's making you a little bit nervous. You're worried about your past. You're worried about the skeletons in your closet, what might come out. All right, and this is in your practical world. You're worried if you become famous. This is like, if I become famous, what are they going to say about me in the background? All right, but you're waiting for instructions, so sort of sit inside of that energy for the moment. All right, we'll come back to all of this. I did mention the Muse deck because we were talking about the Muse over here. We're talking about your freedom. So we're going to go back to your spiritual being, and let's have a look at this again. Spiritual again. We're respecting a rebirth. We're respecting what's come. We're talking our truth, Libra. We're talking it loud and proud. We are talking about what we respect about our journey. We're able to verbalize that. This is no bullshit. Like, she cuts through all of that. She's not messing around. And so this is really being able to communicate yourself as a strength. You're able to communicate your spirituality. Maybe you'll be able to communicate and respect your intuition now, and you're able to verbalize that. Maybe you'll be able to talk about your spiritual path that you haven't been able to talk about before, and how you got to being who you are, Libra. Wow. Tower again. I got this tower again. You know, this is break away. This is break away from all the bullshit. This is definite break away from all the bullshit. You're walking away from it all, and it's cracking, and it's cracking now. Like, and this is, you know, because you've got a rebirth. You're respecting your path. You're respecting your ancestors. You're really speaking your truth, and you're taking this journey, and you're taking it seriously. And so the tower is going to break away all unnecessary people and unnecessary things. This is this blasted oak. This is this lightning change. Lightning change is coming to your life because you've been following your dreams. You're following what you've been told. You've been following what your intuition, what your ancestors, what your guides have been telling you. One more card for this with our spirit energy. What's the spiritual energy here? One more card for Libra. All right, again, we're speaking it. You're speaking this truth. You're speaking it loud and proud. You're using your knowledge. This is a new way of talking. This is a new way of talking about your path. This is a new way about talking about your ancestors. This is a new way about talking about your communication and your life. And you're going to break away just from bullshit. Bullshit people are going to be gone. This is what that says. You know, it's really about talking about your ancestors and your past and your respect. And respecting yourself. That's great, talking your truth. So what are we going to talk about with this? This is our mind, right? So we've gone in a transition place with our mind. Just we've broken, like here, we've got a break point here. So we're not just after love, we're after passion. And they're two different things, right? You're willing to take on the challenge. You've been willing to take on the challenge of your heart the whole entire time. You're willing to take on your destiny and your fate and bring them together and really take chances to be inspired inside of that. This is a take on the challenge. Physical challenge card. When you bang it together, really bang the drums and really take it on. This is a physicality, duality, a meeting of two people. All right. Why is this in your mind, right? Why is this transition? Why is this breakaway point in your mind? Because you know the world is generous. Maybe this wasn't generous. What was going on here isn't generous. It's worked hard. You had to work hard to try to rope it inside of their Libra. But you know the world is generous. So you're breaking away from all of this because you know that after this rebirth, there's a reciprocal feeling that's going to be passed on between you people. All right, so you're going to find all of the gems. And that's what your passion is. You're out there trying to find all the diamonds and all the gems in your life, Libra. Right, and that's where this has come, this break moment is. So even though you break away from everything, you've got a very generous amount of love around you. All right, you don't have to worry about that. The world is generous and abundant for you. Take the time to free yourself up from this. What have we got with this sexy king in our mind? All right, what have we got? So this transition where we break away from this middle energy. What is it? King and Queen. Oh, wow. All right. So what you think is in your mind, you actually say you've got the King and Queen here. You've made this transition from working hard with something that was emotional and breaking away and realizing the abundance that you already have. And you've got a King and Queen here sitting together. This is a partnership for absolute. This is a partnership, a balance of mind, a meeting, a sexual meeting, a meeting of passions, a meeting of faith, a meeting of like... nothing about coincidence. These two coincide together. They make their life together. So there's a meeting of passions just there and it turns your mind on, because that's what this is about. This is about your mind and your spiritual being. So you really have on your mental being. So your mental being, intellectual being knows that you've got passion and met your passion. All right. Okay. All right, so what have we got over here on your emotional level, Libra, right? So we're talking skills over here, and we've actually progressed from the 8 to the 9. All right, so when we're talking about this is really about making the dent in your emotional life. So in your emotional life, it's really about creating this stability, all right, and working hard as an individual, keeping your individual path, keeping yourself as a sustained, you know, perhaps how you put it in. What are your traditions? How do you look after yourself on the physical level? So that working is about looking after yourself. And we're really creative, this creation of what you're doing and creating your home, right? It's about finding happiness. We want to dance. All those muses again. All right, we want to dance. We want to be part of all of that. What did we say over here with these star sisters? We said birthing creations, creativity, tapestry of life and your expression. So this is an expression of yourself. So you got to create yourself and express yourself creatively so you can actually find that happiness, and that brings it all together. All right, one more for our emotional being. So creating your happiness, physically creating your happiness, really putting your own person into it, putting your skills into creating your happiness, early exploiting yourself to try to get your dreams inside of this. That's what your heart wants. And we manifest again. This is that exploitation. These are the same cards. You're really going to bring it in. This is about manifesting your money, honey, manifesting your home, manifesting your happiness. And you're really working hard to get it. You're really working hard to attain it. And that emotionally, that's what you're putting your heart into, is working hard to physically put the input in to get your dreams and your wishes for happiness. And you get to rest a little bit. You can rest your mind on it a little bit. It's all spirited over here, right? You can rest your mind over here. You don't need to worry about your love life. You don't need to worry about your emotional being. It's all in the cogs, are all in turning in there. All right, Libra, 3 more cards just here for our physical world. What have we got? So you're strong. You're waiting instruction, or you're ready to give instruction and take up course. You're inspired, but it's bring up all your insecurities. You've got this idea. You've got this brave idea inside, and it's bringing up all of your insecurities. People might be talking in the background. They're trying to maybe give instruction. All right, but we've got this king. We've got 3 kings on the table. All right, so we're mulling through, you're filtering through your emotions. You're thinking about how you feel about things in the physical world. And that's not a bad thing. You see, this says to me you're feeling it out. Sort of, you're not taking it on like emotionally charged in the physical world. You might be actually presenting a bit bored, which is no drama llama, all right? But we're sort of sitting back on our emotions in this drive forward in your physical world. All right, you're not being overtly emotional, which is good. It's retarded back from that as well. So we've got a balance in there. Oh, ending and beginning. So we know that this keeps coming up, ending. There's lightning energy inside of here. You've come from a spot where you have a rebirth, and that's because there's been a death. That's how that works. And so you've been waiting for instruction. Perhaps in your physical world, you're actually just waiting for a little bit of instruction, waiting for the world to turn over just a bit. You are confident in where it is. You're sitting a little bit bored in your emotions. Libra, what have we got for this spark? What are you worried about? What have we got for this spark? What is your great idea? What is this spark of life? Kapow energy, Libra. Come on. What have we got? You're inspired. You're getting messages. You're seeing synchronicities. You're feeling the love. Like, it is all sitting in there. You're feeling inspired. You're getting the love. You've made a transition. You're breaking away from bullshit. You have met your match, and you intellectually know that you met your passion match. You have broken away from all this bullshit, and there's a whole heap of abundance. You are creating your nest. You're creating your love world, and you're really enjoying that. It's bringing you happiness, and you're able to rest your mind on that. You don't have to worry about affairs of the heart. You really are manifesting your dreams in affairs of the heart. You know, so this step here where we're really just stepping through, I guess in your practical world seems that it's actually, of all of them, is the one that's sort of actually needing to catch up a bit. You're solid, your foundations are solid. You know that you're at the ending of a process, you know, and we're just really mulling over that. But you're, as much as you know there's an ending, you're inspired for the new beginning, and you know that it's on your doorstep. All right, Libra, I've got 3 more cards for our soul cards for this month. What have we got coming up to add to all of this? Your freedom. There's a lot of freedom in this. I mean, the freedom comes with the consequence of letting go of a few things and breaking away from a few things, but it's what you need. You're really here to create, you know, and be part of this dance and this playfulness. There's 2 for us. Speak your word. Yes, you do. All right, we do need to speak your word. It's written all over this. Use your voice, sing it out loud, say your words. Use your words, Libra. Use your words. Spelling. It works. Building. You're building it, so you're using words, using your voice. You're building your world. So you're able to communicate where you're at inside of all of this. You do think people are watching, but don't worry about them. They are. because you've got something really interesting going on, Libra. All right, and the breath of life. So we've got the breath of life, the voice of life, and the atoms, the building blocks of life. So you're making it all in here, putting it all together. You know, really breathe it in, really breathe it out. Breathe it in, then use your voice and build your world, because that's what you've got going on here. Free yourself, Libra. What a wonderful place to be. I hope this resonates with you. Please hit like, it'd be wonderful. And I hope you're safe and well wherever you are. We'll catch you on the flip side.